Ready for the final inning of play and swinging at the first pitch from Brett Field and hit the left side. There's an error on the play. Crawford misplays it, and the leadoff runner is aboard, and Sam Crawford. See if they score that. It is an error charged to the Brock defense. Brad Crawford. So Sam Crawford leading things off for Bremond by getting on base. Now Hunter hammering. Hammers one to center. It's taken by Casey Martin in center field, and there's one away. Top of the lineup for Bremond, Michael Florida. As the Tigers try to expand on a 3-1 lead, 3 runs off just 2 hits and 1 error. An inside the park home run in the second inning by Blake Burnett tied the game, and then Bremond able to push a couple of runs across in the 5th inning, mostly off of fielder's choice, as Dustin Whitley is underneath this fly ball from Michael Florida, and there's 2 away. So Chris Camille with one last chance at starting something offensively for the Tigers before they head back out to the field and try to close out the final 3 outs and claim a state championship. They'll face the numbers 6, 7, and 8 hitters of the Brock lineup. Camille has flown out to left, grounded to second, and been hit by a pitch. It's part of that wild 5th inning where the bases were loaded a couple of times, and one run scored on a fielder's choice by Florida, and another on a bases loaded balk by pitcher Brett Peel. No balls and a strike as the wind picks up yet again out of left field. Slapped up the middle base hit. Crawford rounding second, and he'll hold. And there are 2 aboard as Bremond has evened up the hit department. They now have 3 hits to match Brock's 3. That's just the first single for Bremond. Both their previous hits were extra base hits. The inside the Parker by Burnett, and a triple in the last inning by Matt Yanowski. Hit left side, foul, says Randy Breville, the third base umpire. So Crawford retreats to second base, and Camille to first base. 2 outs, no balls and 1 strike to Gary Nolan, who was struck out twice and flown out to left. Big curveball hits the strike zone for strike 2. And Blake Burnett awaits on deck should Nolan keep this thing alive. But first, Brett Peel with an 0-2 pitch. Hit left side, it's in for a base hit. Crawford is being waved home. It'll be a throw home, and it's cut off. It's a 4-1 lead for Bremond. RBI single for Gary Nolan. Camille to second base, and Gary Nolan, a big RBI single here in the top of the 7th inning, expands the Tigers' lead to 3. Now Blake Burnett is at the plate, 1 for 3. Of course, the inside the park home run on the second that was to left center field. As we see that base rip in the left, and just nicely placed over the infield. This is a chopper left side. It's fielded by Crawford over to first, and nice scoop by Dusty Fowler. He made the play, and the side is retired. But one more insurance run is pushed across by the Tigers. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Brock with their work cut out for them. And the Tigers 3 outs away from a state title. Well, after playing such a big part in this game, offensively and defensively for the Bremond Tigers, Blake Burnett is now going to try to earn a save for his team. He is on the mound. Of course, he did an outstanding job of winning the semifinal game, and now on the mound. And he'll face the number 6, 7, and 8 hitters of the lineup for Brock as Brett Peel leads things off for the Eagles. Fly out to center and a ground out to the pitcher. And Burnett quickly gets behind in the count at 2-0. Robert Annis, the previous pitcher, now moves to third base. Those guys to switch positions. Peel swings and misses. Burnett threw a 5-hitter in the semifinal win. Struck out 11 and walked 3. And now Burnett evens the count at 2-2. Dustin Whitley will follow, followed by Casey Martin, as Brock tries to make up a 3-run deficit. Peel hangs in there. The winds pick up again, blowing our precious paperwork all over the place. The 2-2 pitch. Outside ball 3. Bremond in the left center field. It's in for a base hit. Brett Peel leads off the bottom of the 7th with a base hit. As the moisture returns to Dish Falk and again the fans in those lower 8 to 10 rows goes scampering for cover. And that wind isn't much help because that just blows that stuff right up here. Now we get a pinch runner in the game. And Vance Waldington will run for Peel. As Dustin Whitley, the sophomore right fielder, steps to the plate. With no outs and a runner on. Tying run is on deck. There you see the stuff coming down from left field. Check to swing. Ball 1. Well, Bremond played in the afternoon game, which was the 1 o'clock start game, so a little less than 24 hours rest for Blake Burnett, but they don't need too many innings for this one, or at least the Tiger fans hope so. He just needs 3 more outs, and a ground ball to the infield might take care of 2 of those real quick. The 2-0 pitch, high and inside. And Russell Grimm is going to visit the mound to make sure that nothing gets out of hand too quickly. Casey Martin, the number 8 hitter of the lineup, is on deck, and number 9 hitter Kyle Clark in the hole. But Coach Grimm gathering his entire infield at the mound for those nervous last few moments. And as we see year after year, holding on to a lead is far tougher than getting the lead when you're behind. Dish Falk just had so many new elements with the artificial surface and the hops that no one's accustomed to. It's not hard to get back into a game. Not here. All it takes is one hit to the outfield, and a ball takes a bounce that an outfielder's not accustomed to, and that thing's to the wall. 3-1 pitch, low and inside, ball 4. Tying run to the plate, and Casey Martin. Or actually, we'll see a pinch hitter now. And looks like it'll be Roddy Mulder to the plate. So Roddy Mulder, the sophomore, puts one in play left side, and everyone is safe. Oh, great job by Mulder. He's ecstatic over there. And the bases are loaded for Kyle Clark. Waldington, the pinch runner, on third. Whitley at second, and now Mulder at first. After a great bunt laid down the third base line, the bases are loaded for Kyle Clark. The go-ahead run is at the plate for the Brock Eagles. And this one has got interesting. Big breaking ball in for a strike. The rain is coming down a little thicker. Tying runs on base with no outs in the bottom of the 7th. Ball driven and snared, but almost. Now there's an out at third. The throw home is not in time. One run is home for Brock. Annis unable to snare the flare off the bat of Clark, but he gets the force at third. Waldington scores to make the score 4-2. Clark is on base by a fielder's choice. Whitley is retired on the force out, 5 unassisted, and Mulder moves on to second base. So the tying run is still on base as the Eagles bring up the top of their lineup. Brady Deaver now in the box facing Blake Burnett. Annis still kind of pounding his glove over a lost chance at an almost certain double play at snagging that flare from Kyle Clark and stepping on that bag for what would have been a double up. And out number 2 would not have got Bremond out of the inning and clinched things for the Tigers. And now we'll get another pinch runner as Brian Pemberton is coming in to run for Mulder. Deaver with an 0-1 count. Swings at a pitch up at his collarbone. Fouls it off. And we see our center field cameraman, Mike Orta, struggling with the winds coming out of there. The 0-2 pitch to Deaver. Low ball one. Florida keeps the ball in front of him. Yes, tropical disturbance. Allison coming by to say hello. Ball gets away from Florida. The runners will advance. The tying run is at second base. Pemberton moves to third. Clark to second. Or pardon me, Pemberton at second as Mulder is at third. One out, bottom of the seventh, 1A state championship game. Tying runs on base for Brock, trailing by 2. Blake Burnett with the 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Oh, a big out for Blake Burnett. And the Tigers 1 out away from a state title. And Brad Crawford, whose arm was so vital for the Eagles' semifinal win to get to this game, now with a bat and a chance to tie or inch his team closer. Strike on the outside corner, says Doug Shea. The rain picks up, but they're not going to stop this one. 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 2. And it looks like Crawford has retreated to the dugout. Looks like he might want another bat, or perhaps, yeah, he did go back and get a new bat. Drying it off with his shirt sleeve. And now Garula. Now there is a retreat to the top of the bleachers as the big drops come down. And an 0-2 pitch from Burnett. Tails outside for ball 1. Oh boy, we have company upstairs. A ball and 2 strikes from Burnett to Crawford. Way outside, and that ball almost got away from Florida. Boy, Mulder staring down Michael Florida right now, saying, just give me a chance. And now Doug Shea is getting some help from Russell Grimm to dry off another couple of balls. It is nasty at Dish Falk. The rain and wind have picked up. There's a 2-2 count from Mark Burnett to Brad Crawford. 1 strike away from a state championship are the Tigers. Hit left side, it's going to be in foul territory, and no one can reach it. The Eagles trail by 2. Two runners on, 2-2 count. Swung on him, is strike three, and Bremond has taken the title. Blake Burnett made it interesting. He did it at the plate and in the field for the previous 6 innings, and boy did he really stir the pot in the 7th on the mound. But the Tigers will go back to Bremond, state champs of Class 1A. Here's the big 2-2 pitch. Fastball. Crawford couldn't catch up with it. And they are covering this baby up. Your Bremond Tigers are your state champs of Class 1A for the year 2001. And when we come back, we'll have the trophy and medal presentations for this year's champs and runners-up.
Congratulations.
Yeah. How about them Tigers, Ray? How about them Tigers? Woo! Woo, bud! Yeah, dang, man. Kenny can't stop me, man. Take it out. Don't need it. Hey, sticking it up.
Both guys on the mound today, but the selection was made upstairs on your starting pitcher, Robert. Started this January 31st, but y'all tell me if I'm crazy. Y'all want to start again tomorrow, don't y'all? Yeah. Here we go. Congratulations. Great job. Yeah.
Hey, you're making the white man stand in the back. Yeah, black guy.
Yeah. No, they're dugout up there. Third base, yes.
All right, well, kind of a crazy setup here in the locker room, but just take us back to that last inning. I know it was getting wet, and it's got to have been pretty nerve-wracking there for you.
It was real nerve-wracking. I didn't know what to do. I don't know. I didn't have it, I guess. I don't know.
How does this moment rate up?